Hello my dear friends, my name is Sanne and welcome back to another beauty video. Today we are basically gonna create two looks together because first of all I'm gonna show you a very simple everyday kind of makeup look, and then I'm gonna show you how to turn that makeup look into an evening look for like a party or when you're going out or whatever, because I want to give you some tips and tricks on how to upgrade your daily makeup look that you're already wearing into a more evening appropriate makeup look. So just some things that you can add, some alterations you can make, some fixing you can do to make it just pop a bit more and be a bit more party style. So that's what we're gonna do today. So first of all, I'm gonna show you a very simple everyday makeup look. So let's quickly get into that. So of course I'm going to make sure I have my skincare on, so I'm applying some sunscreen first, which is going to be my base basically. So then to make sure our daily makeup stays all day, so we actually have something left at the end of the day to fix up, I'm going to wear a primer of course. So I'm using the Essence Fix and Last Jelly Primer. This one pairs really well with the Cosrx sunscreen that I just used, because other primer sunscreen combinations make my sunscreen peel up a lot of the time, and this one just mixes right in and it works perfectly. And because our face is primed and everything, we're going in with our base. I'm just wearing some concealer because that is my preferred base for my everyday makeup, but you do whatever suits you best. Like if you wear foundation on a daily basis, please do. And if you don't wear anything on a daily basis, then don't. So I'm just making sure everything is covered up that I want covered up. And now that we have that done, we're just gonna powder down our face a bit so it's nice and set and it stays the rest of the day, so we can actually make use of it in the evening. Then let's just do our brows the way we always do them. I'll link all the products I used down below as well if you're looking for any specific products. I don't use a lot of base products. Sometimes when I have a party I like to go in with some foundation or something, but usually I just stick to concealer and a bit of powder. Then I'm going in with the Essence Brow Like a Boss Ink Brow Gel to make sure those hairs stay in place all day. If you really want your brows to stay all day also throughout the party and you don't have to fix your eyebrows up before, make sure you use a really strong brow glue, or maybe even go in with a brow soap just to make sure they stay in place literally all day. And I'm just gonna go in with a bit of a neutral subtle blush. I'm going into Essence the blush in the shade 90 Bedazzling, which is my favorite everyday kind of blush currently. And I'm just applying that where I always apply it, high up on my cheekbones, going into the brow bone as well, and then a bit on the nose. And then because I want to have my base stay all day, we're going with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Just make sure you have a really good quality setting spray on you. We're just making sure that this base is still gonna be here at the end of your workday, so you can use it for your next look. And then same thing with the eyeshadow, of course, we want to make sure it stays. So we're going to have to prime our eyes properly. Get a high quality eyeshadow primer. The one I use is the Makeup Academy eyeshadow primer, but I've been using this for years and I'm starting to run out. I don't know yet what primer I will get after this. So if you have any recommendations for good cruelty-free, preferably vegan primers, let me know, because I'm still on the lookout for one. Okay, the eyes are primed. So now we can get into the eyeshadow, and I'm going into some red toned neutrals just because they look really nice and neutral on me, and I feel like red tones are shades that you can really expand later on into something a bit more excessive and over the top. So I'm going into the FAB Factory Seductive Dream palette, and I'm going into the shade Extra Spicy, which is a bit of a pink toned brown. I'm just applying that to the outer corner, blending that a bit. So now I'm gonna go into the shade Seducing, which is a lighter neutral, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the edges. We're gonna keep it really simple, just 2 shades of mattes, blending them out against each other, making sure we have a lovely neutral pinkish reddish This is mainly pink look going on. Okay, so that's the mattes done, so we're just gonna get into some shimmers. I'm first going into a bit of a reddish, deeper shimmer named Sangria. Just putting that to the bit of the center of the lid, like right where it blends into the deeper mattes in the outer corner. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Naked Truth, which is a bit of a neutral orangey red. Just applying that to the rest of the lid, blending that into that previous shimmer a bit. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Sweetness, which is a bit of a cool toned pinky-ish shade, which I'm applying to the inner corner as an inner corner highlight. Then let's apply a bit of a subtle highlighter, just a tiny bit on the cheekbones, also on the nose bridge, and then the eyebrow bone. Then let's go in with a mascara. I'm using the Essence Another Volume Mascara Just Better. The highlighter that I used is the Essence, the highlighter in the shade 3 Staggering. I'm using a lot of Essence for my base products. It's just a really great budget brand and it just works very well for me. And for lips I'm going really subtle as well, so I'm going into my favorite lip liner, which is the Catrice Plumping Lip Liner in the shade 010 Understated Chic. I recently emptied one of these. Like I used it up completely, but now I'm just worried every single time that I will run out of it again. I'm going in with a gloss. This is a gloss by Girl Cult. I think this is shade 41, but I'm gonna have to check on that. And it's just a really nice neutral shade. And this is just a really comfortable gloss for everyday wear. Okay, so this is the subtle everyday kind of look. This is just how I do my everyday kind of makeup. I like a lot of pigment and a bit of like a neutral lip, but a tiny bit bolder. So this is just how I wear my daily makeup. But you just do your makeup however you do your everyday makeup. And then I'm gonna give you some tips on how to elevate your daily makeup to a nighttime club wear makeup look. So let's quickly get into that. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you get back home and you quickly want to upgrade your makeup is focus on your base makeup. Is it still intact? Does it still look good? Do you need to touch it up a tiny bit? Usually you're fine to just go in with a wet sponge, maybe add a tiny bit of extra concealer and then just go over the spots that you feel like need a bit of touching up. If your makeup is not really budging, another great tip is to just spray with setting spray. Make sure your makeup is wet, and while it's wet, adjust it a tiny bit, and then when it's still wet, go over it with loose setting powder with a sponge, and it's gonna make your makeup look flawless. First, make sure to do that. Make sure everything is good. Okay, maybe touch up your blush a tiny bit, add a tiny bit extra to really make it pop a bit more. We're gonna be doing highlighter later, so let's not focus on that yet. Just make sure your base, like your concealer and your foundation and your powder, is still looking good. Touch up the powder on your forehead a bit, on your oily areas. Make sure everything is looking clean again. And then when you're done, spray it again with setting spray. Especially like I have spots around my nose over here that's gonna move, and over here. So that is what I'm gonna be touching up like this. Add some setting spray and setting powder and your base is all good again. Maybe brush through your eyebrows once more if they're like all over the place, but if you used a good strong eyebrow glue, you should be good on the eyebrow segment. Then I'm gonna be taking off the leftovers of my lip gloss, because I don't want to be smearing that all over my face while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So just want to make sure I can't ruin anything on that department. So I'm just taking off that lip gloss. Usually if you didn't reapply your lip gloss throughout the day, you wouldn't really have anything left by this time, so you should be fine. Okay, so now that is done, we're gonna focus on the eyes and we're gonna make this smoky and cool and popping, and it's gonna be awesome. So what you first want to do is go in with an angled eyeliner brush and a deep shade, like a deep brown or a black. And we're gonna create a smoky liner using just black eyeshadow first. We're first gonna focus on creating that wing as big as we want it to. I'm doing it a tiny bit bigger because I'm gonna be wearing lashes later. And I really want this smoky wing to actually stand out a bit. And then when you have that wing down, you can go in and blend those edges a bit. Keep that point sharp though. We really want to keep that eyeliner shape. But just move that upwards a bit. Start blending it. You can go in with a bit of a fluffier brush to make sure you really blend it. I want to make sure we can do this quickly, just so we can, you know, when you get home you can take like 15 minutes to touch up your makeup and then you're ready to go. This is for those days when you like have some plans later on during the day and you don't have time to do excessive makeup. So we're just gonna add some fun things to the makeup you already have. And first of all, that's a smoky eye. That already adds quite a lot to that side. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, of course. And you can just go in with a shade that you think fits your look very well. These are pretty like cool toned pinks. So I'm going in with a black. You could go in with a really deep brown, for example, or a gray. Just whatever makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel like it fits your look really well. Maybe if you have like a really warm orangey toned look going on, add a really deep, nice brown, a warm toned brown. That's gonna look really good. And this is why I'm using eyeshadow as for this smoky liner. First of all, of course, it's easier to blend than a liquid liner, but also if you mess up a tiny bit, you can usually just go in with your finger and just take some off. So it's really great for doing a really quick liner look when you know, you're trying to be fast, so you're more prone to messing up anyway. And because it's a smoky liner, you're allowed to get a bit messy, you know, it doesn't really matter. So now we have two really good smoky liners going on. And now I want to get into some other sparkles because, you know, I am wearing sparkles already, but these are very everyday kind of shimmers. And I want to go into my special shimmers because, you know, I need some special shimmers. So I'm going to go into some shades by Chaos Dirt. I think I'm going to add more pink just because I want it to be a bit more pink and a tiny bit less neutral. So first of all, I'm going into the shade Dream, which is like an iridescent, almost iridescent pink sparkle. And apply that all over my lid. And if your eyeshadow has started creasing a bit during the day, you can blend it out with a fluffy brush that doesn't really have anything on it. You can blend it out a tiny bit, maybe add a tiny bit more of the mattes, and then start adding the sparkles that you want to add. That's better, to me at least. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Scheduled Specks, because I want a bright pink inner corner. And then I'm gonna add something a bit more cool, because I'm going into one of the Girl Code holographic liner pens. And then I'm gonna create a reverse liner moment. I'm going into like a wing and right underneath that smoky wing that we already had. And I'm just going along the lower lash line and then try and draw like a point over here. But this one has like a translucent base, so this one isn't gonna pop as much. I would recommend doing one with a bit of a deeper base if you want it to stand out a tiny bit more. Also gonna apply the same shade to the waterline. Okay, it doesn't show like incredibly much in this lighting, but I feel like when you go out, see, just a cool glittery moment underneath. And when you go out and you're in like different types of lighting, outdoor lighting, indoor lighting, you're gonna see like a really cool, colorful, glittery reverse liner moment. And then we have our base ready, mostly. We have our eyes ready. They're upgraded, they look a lot cooler. And now we want to get into a much more excessive highlighter. So I'm going into the Essence from Santa with Love limited edition highlighter, because this one is supposed to be a dupe for the Fenty Diamond Bomb. And you can see that's an insane amount of highlight. And it's like nice and sparkly, and it's like that perfect highlight for going out. Like you're gonna catch all the light with this one. And then a really easy way to really elevate your look and make it look a lot more excessive than your everyday makeup look is of course to add lashes. And I'm going into the doe lashes in the style Crazy in Love, which are my favorite lashes. They're really comfy and they're like really like, they're just so pretty and they're really comfy and they can stay on all night. So I'm grabbing these. And I feel like adding lashes is just one of the easiest ways to expunge your look, because most people don't really wear lashes on a day-to-day basis. If you do, then just opt for a bigger, more excessive lash for your evening look. If you want, of course. Like, lashes are very specific. Some people like wearing them, some people really do not. That's fine, just do whatever makes you feel comfortable. I really like wearing them and I think they make any look just that tad bit more balanced as well. Okay, lashes are on. Only thing left is lips, and we're going a tiny bit more over the top than what I did before. Like, instead of going for a neutral, I'm going for like a neutral pink. A bit brighter, I hope. So let me just pick that one out for you. So first of all, I'm going into my Kruidvat Show Off Colors Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, which is a thick boy, as you can see. I'm just gonna line my lips with that. And I'm gonna put this shade on top, which is the Essence Semi Matte Lipstick in the shade 25 Lovely. Just a tiny bit lighter than that lip pencil that I just applied. Make sure that it is mainly in the center. And I think that is a really cute, bolder pink lip. If you want to go even bolder, you can go in with like a bright pink in the center. But I really like this and it fits the neutral pink going on over here very well. So yeah, that is the final party look done. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes to apply all of this to my already existing makeup look, so it's great for if you don't really have a lot of time when you're going from your work to the next appointment, to your party, to a birthday, going out, whatever. These are just some really easy adjustments you can make. The sparkles and the multi-chrome eyeliner are really gonna pop when you're out and about and doing your thing. The smoky liner really made this look a bit more sultry and sexy before going out. And then the lashes, of course, really open up your eyes and draw attention to them. A bit of a bolder pink lip, just because it matches this look. You can go for any bold lipstick anyway, like a black would be really cool. A bright red, a really deep brown neutral would also be really cool. Like, there's a lot of ways you can go. But yeah, I would feel really comfortable and confident going out in a look like this. And of course, the highlight and all the sparkles that you have are really gonna draw attention when you're out and you're dancing and the light is sparkling off your face in all directions. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the simple tips. If you have any questions or any tips yourself, leave them down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. If you want to see even more from me, my blog, my socials, my gaming channel, and everything else you need to know about me is all linked down below, so you can check that out as well. And that's gonna be it for me today. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!